Hey guys, it's me T. Let me just fix you up over here because I kind of just adjusted you. Um, Let me see. My oh, I guess it was better that way. I just like okay. I think that should be okay. All right, cool. Thanks for um Thanks for joining in today. I'm actually very grateful to be on here today. So thank you for the opportunity and thank you for tuning in when you do. Um, Today we're going to be discussing helpful people in travel to kind of help you think about it first and foremost. Excuse me, in terms of yourself, but also keep you more wholesome, right? So as I bring you all these kind of daily vibes, we're actually what we're doing pretty much is focusing on each and every area of your life per day as a theme so that you can kind of keep more give attention to where it's due to make it more wholesome, right? So I was guided to basically show you or like first what's it called? These are it's very interesting. These cards are the Michelangelo cards of the tarot, and they're actually very funny because very funny in the theme of what is today, right? So the Michelangelo cards are like small and skinny, but yet they are my what's it called? My masculine cards for today, and my feminine cards for today will be. It's actually interesting. They're kind of similar in terms of the backing of their cards, but they're going to be my feminine cards today are like big and like chunky, and it's just funny. So usually it would be like the opposite the opposite ordeal, right? So it's very interesting. Now, what's funny is as I'm saying that, I feel as though, because I know a lot of readers have been saying it too, in terms of certain signs, and again, it's not for all, but I feel as though this is having a lot to do with romance and who you're going to be meeting very soon, if not today, then very soon, like in your world, very soon. And I want to say by the end of this month. And yeah, I'm thinking definitely by the end of this month. So I feel as though, so what they've been saying is basically that you'll be meeting somebody, in terms of like a romantic person, which could be a person of your helpful people in travel, right? I mean, may that be the case? And I know that it is the case for you guys. But what I wanted to say was that a lot of them were picking up on how, you're going to be kind of meeting this person and they won't be what you're like normally into. So I feel as though these cards are completely connecting to that. It's like you're completely connecting with somebody that you wouldn't even be going for, but it's working, and you like it. Yeah, it like feels great, right? So, yeah, so thanks for tuning in. It's really and apologies for how late. I like to get these out in the morning, but I haven't been able to do the morning thing lately for some reason, and I think it's because of the purge, like this new moon and stuff like that. And so I'm just kind of taking my sweet ass time and getting it to you guys, but as long as I get it to you guys, I feel like you can at least reflect on your days, which are really good to do, and not a lot of people do it, right? And it's actually better, right? Because like, okay, if you listen to it from the morning, it's really good because you can use it as a guidance system to see like what's coming up. But at the same time, when you're not relying on anything, right? So it's kind of more empowering to just use these as a reflective tool to be like, oh, that did happen today, like that, you know what I'm saying, like in terms of validation for yourself, in terms of like how you could have seen something differently or done something differently or whatnot, or how to enhance it next time, right? Like different perspectives are really good, but I think it's very important for a person, you are the person living your life, so it's like handle it as you are living it, right? Handle it in your style of the way you're living So it's kind of like, you know, authentically you can basically be you throughout the entire day, not really depending on anybody's outside information. And then you can kind of reflect back to see if you did a good job, you know, which I know that you do, because all of the people that I attract follow their heart. And you know, once you follow your heart, you know you're doing a good job, right? So this is just kind of like a more expansive read on, you know, or and a more kind of like in-depth read on like what was going on throughout your day, you know, or what's, I mean, at this time right now, it's kind of like we're in the midday, so we're kind of at the second, card, but at the same time, so you kind of get to see both worlds, which is pretty awesome. Uh, and maybe that's exactly how it should. I mean, I know that's exactly how it should be, right? So that's kind of cool too, to see like what you've just been through this morning, how right now is going for you, and then like what's to come for later. So you get the best of both worlds, which is pretty cool. Never really thought about it until I said it. Um, what else did I want to say about that? Am I getting into this? Yeah, I'm getting into it. And if it comes up, I don't know. There was something else that I wanted to say. All right, so first card up, which is your so we're doing masculine cards first, right? So first card up, and I'm sorry if you can't see. I'm gonna like try to like lean it because I'm doing this off of my tablet, so I think it, I don't know. It's a little interesting. So this card is and bear with me here because it's in Roman numerals, and I'm actually okay with Roman numerals, but I don't know the traditional like way that the tarot works. Like I semi know and I semi don't know, right? Like I'm always learning about it. Um, but this is, I want to say, so it's 10 and 14. So it's the 14th card. 10, 5 minus 1. Yeah, so it's the 14th card, if I'm not mistaken. And the 14th card is, I can't remember. Let me just refer to the let me just refer to what this is. 14th card. I like literally just, I got that today for my own personal reading, but let me just see what's up. Oh, temperance. Okay. This is interesting because like somebody else got this, I think last night, and they mentioned what the 14th card was. And I was like, oh, that's so me. And it is so me. Temperance. Okay. But I forgot what it was. So harmony between intellect and matter, inner balance, serenity. So it's like you've come into your own, and that's what I got originally, is like you're filling your cup, you fulfilled your cup, and now you're kind of playing with it. Like you're like, you know, like a little kid by the water and excited, you know, like by the seashore, let's say, they're like playing with the water. They're like really fulfilled with what they have. Um, and you know, and they're surrounded by water, which is like, you guys are very, I feel as though it's like clean emotions about yourself. That's how you're feeling, you know. There's stuff that you got rid of just last night, into coming into today's energies. And so your water is very, it's like fulfilled, it's fulfilled your cups. And you're fulfilling it even more, right? You're kind of like on a roll with it as a habit, and yet you're emotionally doing really well. Like you're fulfilling yourself up in terms of, you know, what you need to do for yourself. Now what's coming to me is like you've just been, even if you're kind of waiting on a dream come true right now, you're still working on yourself. Like you're still finding it very important to stick to your habits and your rituals. And I'm feeling very hot right now. So I feel like there was just an incoming of like incoming of, maybe it's the candle. I don't know. I was like, oh, that could be it. But you're feeling very like, see, oh, maybe that's why I needed to feel that, is to look at the candle where it says you're feeling happy, you're feeling bright, and you're feeling you. Oh, that's interesting. So yeah, and not only are you feeling, you're fulfilling. Okay, so you're fulfilling, you have fulfilling feelings going on, which is awesome. Thank you, 18. That was pretty cool. Also, you're feeling very, I mean, it said it, well balanced, right? Harmony between intellect and matter, inner balance, right? Serenity, tolerance, stability, and whatever. We're just going to leave that other word out because I don't know what it is. But basically, it's a lot of green and a lot of blue energies, which is a very well balanced aspect of life in terms of, just like if you think about the earth is very well balanced in terms of green and blue. Uh, and yeah, and you just have a solid grounding. Like, look at her. Like, she conquered shit, right? So, and this again could be like, we could actually talk about like even if it's a girl, it doesn't matter. It's just the energies of you having conquered what you needed to do for you, right? I also feel like since this is the girl, it's like you've conquered the inner kindness within yourself. You've given that to yourself so that you can literally, just flow better. You know what I'm saying? So hence the fulfillment. Anything else I have to say about this? What was coming to me, I'm getting no that I don't have to say anything about it, but what's coming to me is like bare feet. And I don't know if like I'm not going to say cold feet, but maybe you're like planning on doing something a little bit bigger than usual, and you're getting like you're kind of getting ready to get really vulnerable. I think that's coming up. Um and you're okay with it. You're kind of like completely solid. Like it's going to be a new different type of vulnerability, but you're going to be okay with it. Is there anything I have to say about this? More I have to say about this. All right, what I'm getting is her orange shirt. So there's going to be a lot of creativity in how you go about your vulnerability, which is pretty awesome. Okay. By the way, don't mind the background noise. It just always goes on, when videos happen. So, what was I going to say? So, yeah, okay, you're expressing your heart today. That's what it is. So, there's a lot of green going on with also the support of clear emotions, right? And you're expressing your heart today in a very creative way. And you've kind of gained like your solid grounding in between the two is basically your bare feet, like your vulnerability. Like that's how you're going to collectively like bring them together and blend them together so it's successful. And that's going to be like spread out throughout your entire day. Like you're going to just shine it upon things the entire day. It's just going to you're going to bless it with that energy going forward. Are we moving on? Yeah. So the theme of the day is, oh, interesting. The theme of the day and your midday is this Two of Swords. Now it's very interesting right off the bat. I feel as though you've got this, right? And even though you've never done something like this before, you're like, fuck it, dude. Like, I have my blindfolds on. You're basically, this has to do with two people, whether it be, well, I want to say four people, right? So it's like person to person, but also their inner people, right? Their inner child, I want to say. So you're like kind of doing this blindfoldingly, but you're also like, but I know what I want. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel as though like invisibly speaking, and I don't know why I see this guy on a horse. So I feel he's sitting on something, but I feel like he's sitting on a high horse. And so he's going after what he wants blindly, but it's actually okay. It feels great because on a deeper level, which is the moon, he knows what he wants. So the moon's effects are actually going to kick in kind of midday today, which is right around now on the East Coast. And you're feeling okay. You just like know that you've conquered a lot of shit before this new moon. You know you can go at it again. Like it's kind of like you've regained your strength, and then you've gained additional strength to kind of go after what it is that you want. And you still have your swords up because you're kind of still like, of course, like it's like kind of like you have your swords up because you're trying to be, one stands for boldness and one stands for boundaries, right? That's basically what I'm trying to say. So thank you, 18, because they're the ones that gave me that message this morning. So that's coming through, and the sun is kind of like peering through now, like a little bit more boldly too. So that's confirmation. Yeah, is there anything else more to say about this? Okay, So you have this golden cloak, and this gold and yellow represent your will. So it's like you're willing to do something. You're protected. Gold is a very protective metal. Um, Even though it's like, like high quality, like jewelry and stuff, it's highly like spiritually protected. So protective rather. So you are being protected. It's just that you're kind of taking these like um extra precautionaries and bringing your two I was gonna say knives, two swords with you, right? Like for this journey, because you know what you've been through, you know what you don't want to go through anymore, and now you're kind of like, okay, like I'm just bringing these swords with me in case I need them, but I don't feel like you will need them. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just because you're used to like carrying them, right? So again, if you have to express, because that's what I'm getting, that you might have to express some boundaries, like clarity, right? Because that's what the swords represent too. It's like clarity in your boundaries and your boldness. Like do that. Like if you have to express that, do it. And whichever way that means, like with the people around you, it's kind of like you're over the bullshit, right? Like okay, here's this card. This brown actually initially represented bullshit to me because I was wearing brown yesterday for to basically like make sure that all the bullshit kind of just like go let the brown absorb it, right? So that it can change into something completely awesome, right? Which it has, because obviously in this card there's less brown and there's more balance and everything else better, right? So the brown that I was wearing yesterday did its job, right? And now it's kind of like, that you've let the past go with the prior to the new moon happening. So it's kind of like you're no longer dealing with this old bullshit. You know what I'm saying? If it comes at you. So this is you just being prepared for anything in case it does, because you're like, I'm going to live my life way differently, even though I don't know which route I am taking. Like I'm blindfolded for a reason. I'm willing to be with the unknown, but I just need to make sure that no bullshit gets fucking, thrown my way, because I will kind of take it down, right? Because it's just like that's how much strength that you've gained. Knowledge, wisdom, strength, all that stuff in one that you've gained. And, you're not going to put up with any more of it, because that you want to start this clean slate, right? You know what I'm saying? So again, it's like it's clarity, it's clean slate, it's no bullshit. It's basically, it's like deep feelings about it too. Like you have very strong feelings about it, and you're sitting high on your horse, and it doesn't matter. Like you may not know where you're going, but it doesn't matter to you. You just know that emotionally you are not going to be dealing with some of the shit that you've been dealing with, right? Um, and again, boldness, and like I'm getting striking boldness, and boundaries like being, taken. So this could really depict courage, double the courage even. That's what I'm getting. But also you've gained such purity, right? Like you've balanced, but you're also very like vulnerable here. Like there's like you understand how important vulnerability is to you now. You know what I'm saying? Because you've just like let go of a lot of stuff. Like this person, is wearing clothing. This person is wearing clothing. This person is just like, fuck the clothing. Like, I ain't doing it. Like, I'm going to go like a free med. So this could be also a freeing, like all of the efforts that you're sticking to in order to make your life really good, they are allowing you to be a lot more freer and travel more lighter, and that's what you're depending on. And that's why, traveling the unknown, that you don't give a fuck. You're just like, whatever, man. Like I just know how to live my life on a better, happier note, and that's what I'm gonna just follow, right? So it's kind of like a card of following your instinct rather than, and your third eye even, rather than, you living how you lived before the transformation of the new moon energies that just came through, right? Beautiful. It's really nice. And the interesting, the 5 of Cups came out. So here's what I'm getting with this. And again, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I think I blend the two, like the traditional tarot and what I see out of the tarot. So with this, I know like in Five of Cups, like, I don't know, it's like not the greatest card or whatever. But this guy, very interestingly enough, I feel like so when I was talking about reflecting before, this guy is reflecting, right? He is like really like, how do I want to put it? Okay. I feel like as though he's healed because look, his footing, his groundingness is now like it's in green, and that's like a healing, that's like a healing that has taken place. So his grounding, and I just feel like this guy is like resting because he's really satisfied. Like he's done, some people would depict this as like, oh, but his cups are empty. And it's like, no, he's just very satisfied with that. He's taken advantage of all of these cups when they were filled. That's how I feel. So you're going to be reflecting on all that you have done for yourself. And again, you're like, what I'm sensing is like, so this guy was like naked here, so you kind of gave yourself the time. And again, I'm sorry for like the angle, but you've given yourself like the time to just be like your vulnerable true self, right? And you started off the new moon this way, which is like, listen, like, I just have a lot of interior strength going on right now. It doesn't even matter about inner or outer. No, it doesn't even matter about outer kind of appearances, even though his outer is really strong, and that means there's something on the inside of him that's very strong, but he's gotten double the strength, right? But that's not what I want to say. I just wanted to say how this guy is, he's taking the time out to just kind of be a little nude, right? Like just like to lighten his load, right? To start afresh. And now he has like rebuilt his what's it called, his fashion, to where it's like he's now put on clothing to be like, okay, this is how I want it to be, right? So he's like, so I feel like the clothing is like more authentically him, because look at, like, not to like, I'm not even fucking trying to put anybody down, but I'm just saying, like, look at these clothes. Like, what a weird fucking, combination of clothing. But, weird is authentic. So it's kind of like you're putting on this wardrobe that's like you would never fucking even try to put on or whatever. Or you're trying something new that you would never do it. And yet you're kind of satisfied. And you're even sitting there trying to like be like, do I like this? Like, is this me? Like, you sit with it for a little bit, right? Like, and you're just kind of like, all right, who cares? Like, even if it's not me, like, at least it's an experience that I'm having, that I get to just like sit and chill and kind of just like be in this energy to see if it's fitting for me right now. You know what I'm saying? So, because that in the past you've tried everything else, and and this is also could mean like everything else, like in terms of options that you've had, in terms of like traveling or helpful people, or like the options that you were trying to make happy or trying to make fulfilled, they didn't work out, and they didn't work out for a reason. So now you're kind of like, all right, I've come to see that. I'm now coming into my own to have really seen that. And and I'm going to see, like, and you're thinking to see like what now? You know what I'm saying? Like, where am I being taken now? So, and also what I'm getting is like, for this and again, this is like kind of all over the place, but that's kind of how I feel too. Because again, there needs to be a point where you sit with the full moon energies, right? So like, yeah, you're sitting to receive the full moon energies here, but like you're really receiving the full moon energies by tonight, right? Like you're getting like it's covered you. You know what I'm saying? Those energies are like you're in it, But I was going to say, like, here, like, this is the fresh start to the new moon. You have no idea like what's to come. Like you're completely blindfolded. You're like completely living in the unknown. And now by tonight, it's like, okay, changes are happening. Positive changes are happening because of the fact that you've taken the blindfold off, you're seeing everything for what it is. So it's given you a new perspective even. Like I feel, but I strongly feel though, as if you've been really trying to, whether it be your family or whoever these helpful people are, like you love them, right? And you wanted to, and you are your own helpful person, by the way. That's what some people don't realize. So this could be both you and the people that you're dealing with that you absolutely love. It's like you wanted to show up for yourself and you wanted to show up for them, but you really wanted to show up authentically, but it wasn't really working. Like it wasn't working how you showed up, how you were trying to like make everybody happy, including yourself, but not fulfilling your happiness on your own, right? So I just feel as though like this is you just being like, listen, all these people may not like what I'm about to do. They may not approve, but I'm going to fucking sit here with it. And I really do feel like I'm going to go follow through with it because you know yourself now, you've sided with yourself. It's kind of like whatever were in these cups are now empty because you decided to clothe yourself. You decided to take care of yourself. You decided to make your own decisions. You know what I'm saying? And, these could be the people, these could really represent people around you, which is like empty people. Like you have people that are not following their hearts. They feel empty, but yet they're telling you what to do. And you're just like, yo, I'm fucking chilling. Look at me. Like I'm covered. Like God's got me, love's got me. Don't worry about me because I'm okay, and you kind of like are, and it's kind of like you're being like a little, see the hunched over is like you're being a little secretive about it. Like I feel like you know exactly which direction you're about to head into, but you're not telling anybody. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just, you don't want to have this kind of backlash of all these people that these cups are representing to be like, oh, I can't believe you're doing that. You're just going to fucking end up surprising them because at the end of the day, this is your life you're living, right? So again, these were the yang cards coming out in terms of like how you're going to take action today, right? Action. Is it for my highest and best good to move on from this card? Okay. So thanks, Noel. So I just wanted to, so I was told to kind of shuffle these cards on here. So, and I would shuffle them more down here, but the whole thing is it's awkward. So, just because if you know this table, it's a little table from my videos. It's a very little table. So I don't want to like shift anything from it. And it also kind of teeters a little bit. So I'm just going to ask you to just, have a little patience with me. All right. So here we go. Whew. Okay. Sorry. I didn't mean to yell in your ear like that. All right. 18. We need the highest and best 3 cards that correlate to the genuine, happy, helpful people in travel, that of our lives that we need to know about today in terms of it correlating to the authentic and native energies of today for us. Please place the 3 cards at the top of this deck. Thank you very much. Do I stop shuffling the cards right here, right now? Okay. Is this the yin feminine card? Is this the middle card? Is this the yang card? Yeah. And that's okay. Cool. So here's what we got for the 9 of Swords. Oh, that's interesting. 9 of Swords. Oh, this is really interesting. There's like a moon here too. So 9 of Swords, like, okay, you're, maybe you weren't able to sleep last night or, I'm sorry, I'm saying swords, but it's 9 of Spades. I'm like, wow. But see, it's very interesting. I feel as though this looks like a crazy card, but I'm gonna tell you how I'm seeing it or what I'm getting about it. The swords are near your mind, right? And you've gained all this clarity in terms of your mind. So the moon has helped out in that. So overnight last night, or even today, you're wide awake about different things because of the fact that you've gotten these downloads of so much clarity, but also not only downloads, you've literally like step by step it took you to get to these nine of swords. So it's now you know what you want, now you can be fulfilled. It's like this is the interior aspect of yourself where you were you do I want to say thinking? It's like you were thinking about how to get your 10 of cups, as they say, right? I'm getting to read this though. Hold on one second. And so, yeah, you were but also this depicts definitely, like, look, she got bagged under, or she got bag, or yeah, I think it's a she. She has bags under her eyes. So it's like, yo, you're kind of like, you're still hoping for something. You're still hoping for something, and it's gonna come. Like all these swords are deep knowing, like in your inner depth knowing that what you've asked for and prayed for is coming your way. You're just kind of exhausted, right? So let's just see what this nine of and it's coming. It is coming, guys. So like hold on tight. You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt this morning too. Fuck. Like I was just like, oh my God, I really just don't like I was even thinking like again, I had like I didn't want to like push through my victimized my victimized mindset today to even come on here and do this. But I was like, yo, I'm doing it. So again, this could be like all of your victimized mindset, like that's water under the bridge now, but you were feeling the repercussions of it even this morning before you took action, because you're just kind of like, okay, like you're just kind of having that breathing time, right? Also, what I'm getting is that you really had a lot of dreams that kept you up last night. So you kind of don't feel like I just feel like you feel a little sleepless, or you felt a little sleepless before having this action of fulfilling your own cups kicked in, where you were like, no, fuck this energy, like I'm not doing it, you know what I'm saying? Like not gonna mess with this, not gonna mingle with it. So nine of spades actually talks about, it says, the thoughts that keep a person awake, a struggle to make sense of events. Now, I really just think that this is yearning for your your hopes and dreams to come to fruition already. Like you're just kind of holding on. And, but yet, what's really interesting about this card is you're getting complete clarity in terms of things that you're like clear vision that how things are kind of going to play out. So it's interesting. It's like what was once your worries are no longer your worries, because you're breathing through all of these changes, but also you're getting clear cut downloads in terms of from just earth itself coming from below, and then above, like you're sandwiched, right? So above from the moon energies, and then the earth below, it's like you're coming to this, you just are getting these visions that are kind of like, okay, like I get to have fun with these visions now, right? To see, so that when they do come true, you are kind of already in the beingness of it, right? So that's another thing that's coming through with that card. And it's like, you're almost there, guys. You're so almost there. Like nine of wands is like, yo, that's a lot of work you've put through, but also you get to like visualize stuff now, like all the stuff that you've worried about now, like, oh, will it come true? Like, I hope it comes true. You're actually visualizing it on an expansive level, that when it does come true, this is how it's going to be, right? I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys, but it's like you're being put through this beingness of it now. Like you're like, like the best way that I can describe this is that, let's say Meghan Markle, or any whatever, Meghan Markle, let's say this is, you're in her position right before she was what is it, she Duchess? I don't know if she's Duchess. I can't, yeah. Before she became a princess, put it that way. So she must have been worried about something like, oh, she's getting older, oh, she's not married yet, and so, like, and so on, in terms of like her age. But now But like before this big change hit her, I felt as though like even though she was worried, I'm pretty sure that she, because that happens to people, that the closer your dream is, the closer you're able to kind of play it out in your reality, right? Like so you're able to see it clearly. So this is what's coming through, like all these freaking ideas, these new ideas that are coming through, and how you're able to imagine them better for yourselves, right? So it's very cool. I like that card a lot, like in terms of how it was streamed. Let me just get some water, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not actually sorry. I just need a pause for a second. So thank you for bearing with me. That's actually funny. Like I'm like thinking about this card right now. I'm like, I so feel like her right now. I literally I took a shower and I like was just like, oh okay, yeah, I'll do a video. Didn't even feel like coming on video because I just feel so a little shot, right? Like you're just like, fuck, like I like I can't, so it's just one of those things. It's like you're just dealing with the motions, right? There's just a lot of transition going on. The midday you get, oh, this is interesting, 8 of spades. I haven't seen this card at all, guys. I don't think eight, I'm sorry, 8 of clubs. I said spades. This is interesting. Okay, so 8 of clubs. Let me look into what it says. And sometimes it's always like, oh, first of all, 8 is actually a huge day today. It's December 8th, right? So I just feel, oh, this is so interesting. Okay. So 8, like I said, it's a really big day today. These are actually, I don't know if you can tell here, but these remind me of eights in a very interesting way. So it's kind of like there's a lot of eights going on in this artwork here on this card. Clubs for me is like good luck. So something really clean cut is coming in of a very high vibrational, because blue is a high vibrational energy, like in terms of a color. So, and again, it's clarity. Like, so there's a lot of, blue here in this card. There's a lot of blue here. What was I going to say? Yeah, let me just look up what's going on here. Yeah, I'll look up what's going on. And then we can play off of that, because sometimes, there's things that you just... Oh, interesting. Okay. I mean, we were just talking about that too, right? So interesting. So 8 of clubs actually represents repetition, swift movement to create stability. And we were just saying that. So, wow, that's like really interesting. We were just saying about this card, like you're ready to make moves. You don't know where the fuck you're going with this, with the, what is it called? I was going to say handkerchief over your eyes. It's not the word I want, but that's what we're going to use. So it's very interesting because, also duck represents good luck. So this is some sort of a duck or bird. Yeah, I want to say it's a duck. So a duck so it's like you're basically dealing with like good luck duck vibes. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, there's just a lot of flow there. There's a lot of creativity in how things are going to come in. I feel as though this is going to, oh, this is what I wanted to say beforehand. This, like, even though sevens represent like instant change, today, even on my walk, like I was getting like some instantaneous change is about to happen, but it's not about to be like kind of like a tower card where it's like, oh, it fucking throws you for a loop. There's more flow to this quick and sudden change that swift movement is what they say. Yeah. So the swift movement, there's a pure like loving flow there. And so it would be really good for you to take that on. And if anything, now's the time, since, and you're probably feeling it too. Like you're probably feeling that you're really in need of a change too, because of the fact that, we just got out of Mercury retrograde energies. What I'm getting is, so interesting, like water up the nose. I don't know if that's fucking weird, but I just felt into that. So it's like water up the nose, but like, maybe it's water in the nose, like, right? Like you just have clear, there's this clear knowing. And again, I use the sort of like this clarity. It's like you have this clear knowing, which is like, water up the nose, I guess, like to clear out your fucking nasal passages. Talk about these things too. These could be your nasal passages. I'm fucking around, guys. Anyhow, so what was I gonna say? So yeah, so there's a swirl, right? Like, see the swirl here, and it's kind of like it depicts like, or it matches like the swirl of like the moon, here, and then it's the swirl here, if you can tell, like that little swirl. So again, there's these and the moon is actually they say it's like more of a feminine energy, right? So the masculine might not know how to maneuver itself with these feminine energies that have just come through, but they know what the fuck they want, right? So maybe he's what I'm getting again, and this is very like very clear, is that before I mentioned romantic vibes that I was getting, but I really do feel like this guy, like he, and again, it could be guy or girl, doesn't matter, but in my personal readings, I like to stick to traditional type of romance because I feel like it works on a foundational level, right? And that's kind of like how I work. So I'm always going to say that the guy is kind of courageous and leader like, and he's going to go after what he wants in terms of a female, right? And that's even with being like, gay couples or whatever. It's like the more masculine one is going to go after the more feminine one. That's just like how it's going to work out the best, I feel, right? So, um, so this guy, what I'm getting is like he's just super happy to kind of like have made this decision and go after it, and it's going to be swift, and he doesn't even care. Like, it's not that he doesn't care, he knows so well, he's very confident in himself that he knows it so well, because he it doesn't matter if his eyes are closed, he's following his heart, like I said before, or I believe I said that before. So maybe this is why this card is filled with emotions, because he's now navigating his life on an emotional level, which is more feminine energies, right? But that's going to make him the most happiest, and he knows that, right? Because he just feels that it's right around this time, like he just feels he feels that it's good for him. So again, I feel like I also sense that this is more of like a feminine duck for some reason. So I'm just feeling that this feminine good luck duck is kind of like swirling inside of him, and he's like, okay, cool, like we're gonna navigate through you and your intuition. You know what I'm saying? Is there anything else I need to say here? No, I just need to reiterate swift movement. Like, there's going to be a swift, clean cut decision being made. And I feel as though, both the masculine and feminines today need to be fucking ready for all the goodness to come. And you know what? This guy is very I said that before. This guy is very satisfied. He's sitting fucking good. He's like, okay, like, I've just completed that shit. It's kind of like, when you're boxing, right? Boxing, when you're in a fight and you're like all in the naked, like you're going after this fight and you're just like, yo, I don't need to be clothed. But now it's like, okay, you fought the good fight and you're sitting back, and it's just kind of like you came out of this boxing match and now you're like in your robe and you're just like chilling. You're like, all right, now I need to kind of just like sit back and like kind of reflect and kind of just like learn from this, right? And I feel as though like, yeah, it's just waiting that's going on here. I feel like that's the positive change that's going on. It's like you've done your thing, you're just sitting back and waiting, and you don't give a fuck. Like, you just don't give a fuck about, and I see this like clean cut separation here from this person, along with the helpful people and helpful people around him. It's like it's like, it's like, I appreciate you guys, but I see the truth of what it is. I have seen the truth of what it is, and you know, and I don't want to be like you guys. You know, like I love you guys and I'll always love you, but I don't want to be like you. So that's why you're just like sitting pretty right now because you took by midday you're taking, excuse me, you're taking action towards what it is you want and what you know in your, you know, body, mind, soul, spirit, you know what you know in your feels is going to bring you success, and you're just sitting happy, sitting pretty, sitting happy, sitting right, sitting fitting. Oh shit, yes, 5 of diamonds, another 5 card. Guys, this is divine. I love it. All right, so it's interesting because again these energies might be in this like wave, right? So you know, however you want to see it fit, but I just feel as though, you know, this guy is sitting pretty, but then it's like he's the crown. Like he's been crowned. Like this could also be like feminine energies coming in. I don't know how I'm actually getting it this time around though, to be honest with you. I just feel like I feel like this is an end card, but like logically it doesn't make sense because it's like but it does make sense, right? Like I'm just trying not to put any logic to it, but it's like um or I want to leave my logic outside of it, but it's 5 of diamonds, which is you've changed your life up so that it is a positively diamond-esque type of life, right? You it's very interesting. So your 2 swords have turned into 2 keys of where it unites and it protects your what you've known to be the truth. It protects your heart, your soul, your spirit, and you're like, and this guy's a little shocked. Even he's like, oh my god, like I don't know what the fuck I just did, like because this all happened so fast. So I feel as though this guy's a little shocked, but like it's a good shock. Like he's like, "Oh my god, this is really fucking happening. Like this is so interesting, you know? Like I've never felt like this before, you know?" So he's like in his feels, you know, this is you just kind of coming out of battle and it hasn't even hit you yet. And then you're feeling the colorfulness to your life. That's very interesting. This is interesting. The feminine, the masculine, excuse me, the masculine cards are more like darker. Like they're not they're more serious, you know, in terms of colors. And your feminine is more vibrant. So like you're feeling a lot of like like intensity in your feminine in your feminine you know, in your feminine side to life, but also it's like you're taking the known steps necessary to kind of get there. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I feel like these colors up here are like more mundane colors, and it's like, you know, all right, you know what it takes to get there, but like this is like the vibrancy of these colors of the feminine cards, they're like fucking pushing you, dude. They're like pushing you out of your comfort zone. So these are all of your like adventurous types of cards today, which, you know, and it's funny because like this kind of depicts to me too, like you're a little exhausted on the masculine. The masculine is a little exhausted, but like it's still doing what it needs to get done in order to get to this point, which is fucking positive change in your life for the diamond-esque better, right? Like it's just like for the pure crystal clear diamond, shiny, all of it to make it so much better than it was, you know? Huge, 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 huge. This is also what I'm getting. It's like Santa Claus just came in. I don't know why I'm getting that. It's like Santa Claus just came in with his white beard. He's a king too, but you know, like he's a king in his own right, but I just feel like this is Santa Claus. Like he's just giving you double time the gift that you were expecting. Like you it's just very interesting. It's very interesting that you're like you didn't realize how big this gift is that you've given yourself just by taking action is. Huge, guys. Huge. Oh my god, I love it. I'm going to look it up. 5 of diamonds. All right, so it represents the Hierophant, which is tradition, spiritual authority, and it says deception here, but I actually don't like, I feel like, see, you just came out of a deception. Like, it's like, but you were like kind of deceiving yourself because you had a traditional belief about something. But once you ex-nayed that, like you kind of took it off, right? Because you just don't have it here. So you took it off, like you gained some clarity. Like there's just, it's very interesting. It's like I don't know, you had these, okay, now so I am getting that. Look at that. Like it's like, I don't know how to go back into it, but I hope that you can see the connection between the knives, the swords here and the swords here, and then him like, all right, like we did what we need to do here. We stood up for ourselves here. But now I'm flowing into this feminine, which kind of like allows me to go after what it is that I want, right? So you're kind of, this is like the happy medium between this guy and this guy. And so you're wiser here. You're wiser, you're more happier, you're just like chilling, you're just like waiting. But that's brought you to the divine, and 5 and 5 is 10, which is like a closing out of a cycle. And it's funny, it's like 9, 8, and then we have 10. So 10, 9, 8, right? Which is like more so like, I feel like a step of like 1, 2, 3, right? So yeah, so what else? Sorry guys, I'm a little tired today, so I apologize that like I'm just trying to give you some, you know, show you some love today in terms of, happy new moon vibes. And they're still joyous. It's just a different type of joyous. It's like a settling in of joyous, right? All right, so that was there is one more card deck I wanted to pull out, so just give me a second. I forgot to get this prepared, so yeah, I really do feel like there's going to be a happy ending to your day, which is amazing, guys. And it's very wealthy. It's a very wealthy, happy ending to your day. All right, A team, for in terms of the spirit of Hanukkah, we have Kris Kringle here, which is Santa. But now we need the highest and best believing card in terms of a theme. In terms of what represents our theme for today. Do I stop shuffling the cards or hearing out? Yep, I felt that. Thank you. Nice. Okay, so creativity. So what I'm going to I want you to be able to see it. Well, all right, let's put it this way. Like, let's just pretend that the creativity is on top here, right? So the creativity that I feel as though, okay, so you're going to do, oh, guess what? That's interesting. All right, so we were talking about bottom of the deck, relationship change. All right, and it's right where I was saying that I felt the relationship coming in. So cool. I love when the universe and the A-team do that. That is so cool. Okay, so basically you're using your creativity to cut through all the bullshit and to kind of just like make shit happen for yourself, right? Now, this creativity, though, is like the sun on all aspects of your life, like I've been saying in my other readings. So it shines its light beautifully. Now, creativity, the number is 3, which is the sign, it's love. 3 is love. Also, 3 plus 2 is 5. So there you go. There's another really awesome change going on, positive change. And what was I going to say here? Also, creativity is expansion. Excuse me. So let's do this. That's interesting. That's what I was just getting to do. Yeah, that's cool. And I'm pretty sure you could see all that. Maybe not the bottom card. Just realizing that, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Nah, you still might not be able to see it. All right, it's okay. So, wow, guys, this is powerful the way that I put this. Holy shit. Wow. Wow, that's really powerful because I don't know if you guys realize, but there's 6 cards here, and placing it right in the middle, like I was saying, it's shining onto all aspects of like, your day it's literally each point is being transformed because the triangle is transformation. So it's like each point of your life is literally being, if you get creative today on in all aspects of your life, but definitely when it comes down to, planning out what you want in terms of your, genuinely happy people and travel in your life, like how, those types of dreams, like dreams having to do with that, then literally you're golden. Okay, you're really golden because and again, 3 is expansion, right? So it's expanding. It's like this creative sun is expanding your world today, and it's shining its real light on how you are going to get this last card of the day, which is positive change, and he's crowned with the yellow, that's crazy. He's crowned with a yellow. Oh my God, and 5 and 3. Okay, so check this out. That's fucking cool. So, okay, so this is a 5, but the creativity plus the 5 of diamonds, okay, is an 8 card. Okay, so we're getting 8s today. So it's just like, it's really amazing how that works, Yeah, that's like really huge. So your creativity is creating such a beautiful diamond-esque change within your world, especially when it comes to, I just feel like, okay, this is why I'm getting romantic stuff, is because A, we're like in these energies right now, like holidays are like the romantic times, but B, your divine life, spiritual, romantic and best friend for life partner, literally, and I don't know, however you want to call it, twin flame, soulmate, I don't know what to call it anymore, because like I don't even know, like I get confused on all these terms. But again, A, there's a relationship change that we're talking about here. B, you're kind of planning to see, like, okay, like you may not even know this person just yet, but you're also planning how the fuck is it, like, the best way possible with what you think about how it's going to go down. Like, what would you do in this scenario? You know what I'm saying? So again, your visions, your clear visions are coming up with these things that, you're just working with what you have here, but your creativity is this flow, you know what I'm saying? That gets you to the satisfaction of, all right, I have a plan and I know the plan and I'm not telling anybody the plan, right? And you feel like a fucking king. You feel like you've mastered it already, even if it's not, like, even if it hasn't taken like physical place yet in your life. Do you get what I'm saying? So today is all about a relationship change. You're planning ahead for how the fuck, like, okay, so you're thinking, so something as simple as, Christmas is coming up or the holidays are here, right? So like in the future, how do you picture yourself to be, right? Like in terms of like your family, like do you picture yourself being with this person, going to her house or going to your house, or or that type of thing? And I'm referring it to it as a guy, because I kind of see, like, the guy like up at the top making his moves, or like, thinking about his decisions. Meanwhile, this chick is like, this could be his chick, where she's just like doing her thing, like fucking waiting, like, I'm waiting on you, bro. Like, let's do this, And he's like, all right, all right, all right. I got this. I got how I'm going to make my moves. And she's just like, yo, but I'm chilling. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just chilling. I'm having patience. I'm having faith. Like, I'm just filling up my own cups, even though they're both kind of like in this space of, like, let's do this already, let's get this done, envisioning all this stuff, like, how's it going to happen, and just, yeah, they're just they're just coming up with different, ideas. But it's like funny, because like at the surface, she's like really like kind of like, in terms of like worried, like she's feeling these like exhaustive like worriedness, but like she doesn't see that in the depths she's already crystal clear. Like, this is like, it's a known fact, like whatever she's thinking or whatever she has been dreaming of, and he too, because they're both connected, they're very it's a spiritual partnership. Oh, that's so interesting that that came up. So it's a spiritual partnership. This is why they've both received some clues about their relationship, and so now it's the time of creativity, which is intuition and instinct. So which is knowing, right? Knowing and going after it, the perfect timing. So, you're going to be led by like midday today, or I want to say probably by like early evening, into this space. So, yeah, that's the reading for today. I'm so excited about this new adventure. Yes, kid. Yes. And the 5-5. So look at 5-5, and you're just like sitting pretty and you're waiting for the adventure to click in. Yes. I don't know if you were able to see that, but yeah, it's a little fucked. Sorry guys for the perspective that you're at, but I appreciate you tuning in and fortuning in. It's how I say the for tuning in. And yeah, and get excited, guys. This is excitement. You get to create your life the way that you want to, and it's like, and this is without anybody else's judgment anymore. You've cut that shit off. You've kept it really fucking simple. And now your creativity is just going to grab a hold of you, and you're just going to flow in that direction. And, you don't give a shit who fucking has what to say. You're just like, yo, I'm going after this guy. So, and I know what I need to do for my own life and my own self to do that. So enjoy the ride, enjoy the adventure. Oh my gosh. And yeah. And so as I was saying, like the person that's coming in, you kind of like, you're planning for them to be your future, spiritual partner on the, and being your helpful person, but also traveling with you, right? So you're kind of like you're envisioning how that's going to go down. You know what I'm saying? Effort is what I'm also seeing. Spiritual partnership again. Communication. Self-discipline, completion. So you're almost there. You're almost there. I love it, guys. Enjoy yourselves today. And yeah, just enjoy the rest of your day. Love you, love you, love you. Bye.